Ladies and gentlemen, RPG gamers, normally I'm not one to just post a bunch of news videos per se, but I cannot help but talking about this. We got 3 back-to-back games that are just highly anticipated, while one being a little bit weird with Ys X Nordics Proud. I don't know why Ys is pulling an Atlas and re-releasing their game with a bunch of new content, especially when us in the West just got the normal game a month ago. But let's start with honestly my most anticipated, Lost Soul Aside. So it doesn't have an exact release date, but it's announced for 2025. PlayStation and their own Twitter accounts and everything posted it. This is really exciting. This game has been anticipated for years. It was almost like Kingdom Hearts 3, where you're like, is this even gonna come out? It literally was announced by one Chinese developer in 2016, and since then, Sony took upon them and made it part of the China Hero project. And then Sony basically gave him a bigger dev team to make this game come to life. And in this trailer, we have a female character. I don't want to say protagonist in a sense, but she looks like she's a party member, and she's a big importance to our protagonist here. It seems like there's almost a love interest thing going on here, and I love watching them both fight in battle. That looks absolutely insane. Her character design is also fantastic. As you can see, the Final Fantasy influence here is really strong, especially Final Fantasy 15. So this game is going to be a blast. It's considered action adventure. I'm sure there will be some RPG elements, but it should be a bit more action than Soulsy, right? We've been getting a lot of games that have a bunch of Souls-like elements recently, and while the bosses here might be pretty intense, it looks like you're flying around the map, and the developers say speed is a huge factor in this game. So you're going to be able to do a lot of crazy combos and stuff, and I'm just so happy it's actually coming out. Literally a day one, and I cannot wait to see how good this game turns out. We got Stellar Blade from Shift Up, which was a first AAA game for them. That game was fantastic. We got Black Myth Wukong, which was basically the first AAA game from China. Absolutely fantastic. So I have no doubt Lost Soul Aside is going to be a really fun time. And now really quickly, let's go into Ys X Nordics Proud. This is literally like a re-release like Atlas does their games with Persona 5 Royal, or even way back in the day with the Kingdom Hearts games, where they did the final mix versions. It says there's a whole new island, and it's supposed to be really big. It contains its own story, so there's like an additional story, almost like a DLC episode in here. There's a Coliseum where you could fight a bunch of insanely tough bosses. It says, you know I like reading that. That sounds awesome. The only thing that kind of sucks is I'm literally in the middle of my playthrough, right? This game came out a month ago in the West, and I'm just like, bruh, I literally would have waited, but it still only comes to Japan in 2025, so who knows when we will actually get Nordics Proud. But at the same time, dude, it is still somewhat exciting, but just a little weird, right? Like, why are they re-releasing this game? There's also a new mana system to it, because you could do a lot of defensive abilities with your duo, you could do a lot of offensive abilities, and now they're adding a mana section, which is interesting. So there's going to be a bunch of new combat abilities as well. Should be really interesting. Let me know down below what you think of Ys X Nordics Proud. I honestly don't know what to fully think about this yet, but you know I'll be getting it. And then we have Trails in the Sky Remake, which looks juicy. Like, this looks so clean. I don't know what it is about the color palette they got going on here, but everything just looks smooth, right? And then if you look at the animations for their facial expressions, oh my gosh, there's so much personality here. I'm honestly really happy I just played FC and SC, because I know all these characters now. I'm going to get to see all these things I just experienced, but in super HD. The combat looks like they're taking a bunch from the new Daybreak games. Like, it looks like you have action elements, but then you go into a turn-based battle. And these super moves, look at the super moves. They look so sick. So I honestly, day one for this as well. I think this is very exciting to get like a new generation in the Trails. Like, it took a lot for me to play Trails in the Sky FC, and that's mostly my tastes, right? I have trouble getting into older games. I love my new style games. I like new graphics technology, and while I'll definitely play older JRPGs, it took a lot, right? I didn't want to get into this giant series and especially start with something that didn't look as good as it could to me. But now you have this, and I think this is going to bring in a lot of new fans. You could only hope that they're going to remake also SC and Sky the Third. But regardless, I cannot wait to see Estelle, Joshua, and everyone else in this new art style, graphics, and everything. Even better, it also says it's coming to PS5 and PC. At first, a lot of people, including myself, thought it might have only been a Switch exclusive, and that's not always good, right? Because you're getting the lower resolution, the lower frame rate. This game, with its popping colors and character animations, this needed to be in Super HD. So it's super cool that you could get it on Switch or the higher end consoles like PS5 or PC. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these announcements down below. It's kind of crazy how we just got it back to back in 2 days. So yeah, a lot to unpack, a lot to take in, and I'm honestly so excited for 2025. I mean, Ys 10 is not necessarily in 2025, it is in Japan, but for Trails and Lost Soul aside, like, wow, dude, 2025 is gonna be so crazy. So I hope you guys like this little update news video. Again, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Peace.